Hello. Hi everyone. Today we will continue to look at the content of HC computing with cloud. Previously, we have already introduced some basic features of cloud computing, including its development history, etc. Next, let's take a closer look at the specific vendors of cloud computing. Now working on this cloud computing technology? First of all, we have listed these companies, including Huawei, Amazon, Microsoft, Google, IBM, Alibaba, and VMware. So first, let's take a look. As for Huawei, Huawei is actually Huawei Cloud. Huawei Cloud mainly is a one-stop cloud service platform. Huawei Cloud's representative technologies are quite rich, such as the ECS Elastic Compute Service. Cloud servers at Huawei are called ECS Elastic Compute Service. And basically, each cloud server has a different name at each company. To avoid duplication, right? To avoid duplication. Then the next one is about our specific content is. Like ECS, its application in computing services is to provide users with on-demand configured virtual computing resources. Generally speaking, for example, if a startup has a small business volume in the early stages, they can choose some lower configured ECS to run websites or some basic applications. As the business grows, they can flexibly scale up. This is actually an overall advantage of our cloud services, which is that your scaling must be convenient and effective, greatly saving our costs. Additionally, we can also use our object storage service. Object storage service is suitable for storing unstructured data, such as images and videos. Log files, etc. are also a benefit of our OBS object storage service. Additionally, our EVS Elastic Volume Service allows users to create, delete, and adjust the size of volumes according to their needs, providing flexible support for our data storage. The last one is CCE. The Cloud Container Engine here makes it convenient for enterprises to quickly deploy and manage containerized applications, enhancing the efficiency of application development and deployment. Here, we mainly introduce some representative products from each company. Next, let's look at the second company, Amazon. How should I put it? It's basically the leader in all cloud services. Initially, Amazon was doing quite well in this area. Here, it mainly provides users with a complete set of cloud computing platforms, including elastic computing, storage, databases, and applications. The main representative technology includes EC2. EC2 is the Elastic Compute Cloud, which is Amazon's cloud servers. Well, every company has them, but each has a different name. On Amazon's side, it's called the EC2 Elastic Compute Cloud. It provides users with various types of virtual servers, allowing users to configure them according to their own needs. Of course, the level of configuration depends on what? It depends on your actual needs. So there's no need to worry about what to do if the configuration of the cloud server you rent is too high or too low. It doesn't matter, because whether it's too high or too low, we can adjust it promptly. It can be adjusted up or down, it doesn't matter. It can all be flexibly adjusted. This is one of the main advantages of our cloud servers. Like the second one, S3. This is our simple storage service. It is a kind of object storage service, and the OBS we mentioned earlier in Huawei is of the same type. The same type means that for many services, actually most of our services, manufacturers all have it, but the names are different. There are also some subtle differences in functionality. The next one is our CS. This is our database service. To be more specific, it's actually our relational database service like MySQL, PostgreSQL, Oracle, SQL Server, etc. all belong to relational databases. Then, let's look at the next one, which is Microsoft. As for Microsoft, first of all, they also have their own cloud platform, providing distributed cloud services that mainly cover areas like computing, storage, databases, artificial intelligence, and so on. So here, first of all, in terms of the environment, what can we generally do? Actually, we can create some basic cloud services, which are mostly universal. For example, creating virtual machines, including storage, although the names might be slightly different. Here, our storage is called Blob, And then, when it comes to cloud servers, it's a bit more straightforward here. We call them virtual machines. Microsoft also refers to them as virtual machines, which is actually the name that best fits their original identity. Because no matter what other names you might call them, they essentially just changed the name, but originally, they are virtual machines. Here, there are no embellishments. What we provide are virtual machines. The pure form is called blob storage, our blob storage. And our Circle database. There's no need to elaborate here. Which database does Microsoft use? SQL Server, mainly focusing on SQL Server, although it can also provide the other databases. Now, this is our Microsoft section, and next is Google. What about Google here? Google's comparison, right? The famous ones are actually the browser, right? Browser and search engine. Of course, as long as it's a big company, basically they are all doing cloud computing now. Regardless of which aspect of a big company, as long as it's related to IT. Now, some big companies are actually developing their own cloud service platforms. Because this, how should I say, is indeed a trend, So here with Google, right? Although it does well with search engines and browsers, right? You have to keep up with the development of the times, right? You need to update some of your business, for example, here. On Google's side, it's actually through our Google Compute Engine that we provide users with high-performance computing resources. This is mainly applied more broadly in fields like scientific computing and big data analysis. For example, when research teams are conducting complex simulation calculations, they can leverage its powerful computing capabilities to quickly obtain results. As for specific products, here we have one of our Google products. Here, it's actually Google's Compute Engine, which is a significant advantage. Next is our Google Cloud Storage. This is the Google part. Next is IBM, the IBM company. This company has a long history and is considered a veteran in the IT industry. It has been around since the last century, so it has a very long history. And its technical capabilities in various aspects, are quite strong. Its main business here is what we call virtual server. Here it's called a virtual server. This includes object storage, IBM's cloud object storage. This is our IBM section. And then next is Alibaba. Called Aliyun. Some of its main products include ECS. Of course, other things like RDS object storage and so on are also available. This actually, what is it similar to? It's similar to Amazon Cloud. Actually, in the beginning, many of the configurations, including some of the designed applications, were actually imitating a lot of content on the Amazon Cloud. After imitating, some modifications were made, some further modifications, and configurations were made, and finally a cloud platform of their own was generated. It was mainly based on this. It borrows quite a lot from Amazon Cloud. The last one is VMware. We mentioned it at the beginning. It's a company focused on virtualization, right? Mainly dealing with virtualization. Our cloud computing, cloud services, and cloud servers are essentially virtual machines. Therefore, when it comes to this area, they are very skilled. They excel in virtual machines and virtualization. So when they provide cloud services, it's relatively easy for them. They also have their own unique features and solutions. Our cloud services are mainly more inclined towards virtualization, and they perform better in this area. They do a better job in virtualization because it is a company that primarily focuses on virtualization. This is ours. These are some common manufacturers and representative technologies, just the common ones, not all of them. Basically, many internet companies are doing this now, very, very many. Everyone can go and learn about it themselves. These are some of the commonly used vendors in cloud computing. Different vendors have their own unique technologies, so choosing one really depends on your needs. If anyone wants to learn Huawei certification technology or wants to obtain the Huawei question bank, please send me a private message, or you can leave a comment below the video for advice and technical exchange. Alright, let's stop here for today.